Howdy, 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 and welcome to episode 3 of the Kingscraft server. And it just started to rain. Anyway, hope everyone is doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely appreciate that. So if you saw my last episode, you'll see that I created these beautiful farms behind me. And back there I have some bamboo. So these have been working well for me. I also created, let me show you here. I also created a AFK fish farm, as you probably remember. And I'll tell you what, this fish farm is quite efficient. So if you're not familiar with the way the AFK fish farm works, basically this block of water here sort of simulates a lake or a body of water. And the way I'm not entirely sure how the science works, but with how all these, this trapdoor here and then this pressure plate, it just works. And I tell you what, the drops are quite good. So I did a few AFK fishing sessions, and I'll kind of show you some of the loot that you get from this. So you get enchanted fishing poles of every sort of flavor. As you can see, I've collected a few of those. You also get enchanted bows, which kind of the same thing. They come in every kind of which flavor you can think of. Got quite a few of those. Over here, I have, not there, over here, you can see they drop quite a bit of fish of different sorts. So I've got a couple different kinds here. And then these are some of the miscellaneous drops that you get from fishing as well. So you get some puffer fish, some nautilus shells, ink sacs, leather, name tags, and then of course some tripwire hooks, bones, and then string, which is pretty nice. And the other main thing that you get from fishing is these beautiful things, enchanted books. And kind of the same thing here, these sort of come in any kind of possible random enchant that you can think of. And, you can see I might have a small collection. Oh, yeah, you also get water bottles as well, which can be used for brewing. So, as you can see, quite a few books. So, yeah, that's just some of the drops that you get there. Definitely, it's very key in the early part of the game. When having a mob farm, when you might not have a mob farm, to get experience, and it's a nice way to get experience. And then on top of that, you can also get enchanted books and some of these other things that are very useful in the beginning as well. So if you haven't built a fish farm, I highly suggest you build one. It's great for in-game. It's really good for any time during the game. I mean, you don't really need to be you don't really need to have this in the early part of the game, as opposed to, later in the game or anything like that. It's definitely very useful. So, on that note, what I'm actually going to do in this episode is I am actually going to focus right over there in that little cubby, and I'm going to focus on building my mine shaft, finally. So, I've definitely been slacking in the world of mining. I have a few diamonds that I found just from spelunking. All right, ladies and gents, look what I have found. My first official in-game diamonds, aside from that other one that I found. But all right, cool. Ooh, it's a 2-vein. Woohoo! All right, looky what I found here. More toys. Oops, hold on. Let me get rid of the threat. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Hopefully there's more than one here. Oh, only one. And lo and behold, right around the corner from where I just was, over there are more toys. This is a really just a cool looking cave. I love how there's this like lake of lava. I was going to say lake of fire, if for any of the Nirvana fans out there. But yeah, pretty cool. And that's kind of got me by for now. But what I really need to do is kind of hit the ground running with a mine that's going to produce some diamonds and lapis and redstone. So and definitely some more cobble deep slate and the whole wide variety of the deep slate family. And so that is what I'm going to be working on in this episode. And yeah, so, and let me show you one other thing over here. So my chicken farm is actually doing quite well. Got some chicken here, and what I'll probably do at some point is transport all these chickens along with all these eggs and build a proper chicken farm. The chicken farm will actually take the eggs, shoot them into a block, they'll hatch chickens, the chickens will grow up. As soon as they become adults, the lava cooks them, and then you get the drops from those cooked chickens. So it's kind of a very efficient farm. It's fully automatic. It's really nice. It works. If you have to do, if I'm at my AFK fish farm, it'll be efficient for that as well. So I'll be getting food basically as I'm fishing in a different farm. So it's kind of nice. And as you can see here, I've got a small collection of cows. I recently went through and I took out quite a few as I needed some for my enchanting setup, but it's kind of what I have left. I'll probably, I don't know if I need a cow farm anymore with having leather drop from the fishing. As far as the food source goes, beef is a great food source, but I'm probably going to come up with a different farm as far as food. I'll probably make a hoglin farm. Or a hoglin farm at some point. So that to me is going to be more efficient than breeding cows the old traditional way. And as you can see, I've got a skeleton horse in there, which is kind of cool because I didn't actually find this guy. I just logged in one day and there he was. So kind of a nice little surprise. As you can see from the last episode, I never finished my roof, so that's going to be something I'm also going to conquer in this episode. Again, this house is not going to be anything, permanent or, it might potentially be a more permanent solution at some point, but it's just kind of to get me by while I kind of get started with things, and I'll probably build a bigger house at some point somewhere. So I don't know if it'll be something within the mountain there, within that crack, or maybe I'll build something underground in my mine. I haven't really come to those conclusions yet, but it's forever evolving. And any thoughts that you guys might have on what you think I should build? I've got a pretty decent backdrop here for building something huge, something cool. Maybe a log cabin. Maybe I can expand this out and make a giant log cabin of some sort at some point, or maybe make like a sprawling mansion across this little countryside here. Who knows? I'll have to think of something. But if you guys have any ideas, post in the comments below and let me know what you think. Now, let me show you what I'm kind of working on over here. I did some exploring on the other side of this mountain here, and I got lucky, and there is actually a village at the end of this tunnel. So this tunnel here actually goes straight through the mountain. I'm still in the early stages of digging it out. Nothing fancy right now. It probably won't become anything fancy at any point. It's literally going to be just a minecart system that's going to transport the villagers over here. I've got a couple ideas for some farms that I want to build. I don't know if I will build a villager trading system, but I'm definitely going to probably build my own iron golem farm and probably a fully automatic carrot farm at some point, and I can do that with villagers. I also will probably use villagers for a couple of other farms that I'm looking into, but for the time being, I'm going to probably stick to building my own small iron golem farm and then a couple other miscellaneous farms. So that's what I've got going on over there. Nothing too fancy, like I said, but that's kind of what I have in the works. I don't like the rain, so let me go ahead and sleep so I can get rid of this rain. All right. Fresh morning, rain's gone, and I'm going to jump on my bed. Yes, that's me. Yes. Nothing like jumping on your bed. Part of the reason I like to dig this 3 wide is because at some point, when I build this center column up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put lights in here in the middle, so that way when you drop down and you come back up, you'll have kind of a way to light the different paths. Not like I need it, but I like the aesthetic of it. Makes it kind of nice. All right, we have landed. All right. Good drop here. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is go into the nether, see if I can find some glowstone for my center tower here that I'm going up, and then I also need a soul sand for my water elevator. All right, let's go. Oh, how awesome. Look what we landed next to is a bastion. Woohoo! Wow. Excellent. This is good. Oh, what I'm right next to as well. Actually, I think the shroom lights would be cooler, actually. All right, let me grab... This one had a ton. This could be bad. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, how's that for perfect? Yes. And then what I'm going to do is I'll fix all these sidewalls here to look like this. Let's see, look how cool this will look now when I jump down. Watch. See? Lights it up. Looks kind of cool. All right, so this is going to be me finishing the water elevator. That in there, and that will push all the bubbles up to the top. All right, let's test it out. First run. Hold on, let me get some carrots. All right. So much faster than climbing a ladder. This is like night and day difference. All right, so I've basically got all this, my quick drop system here and my water elevator here. I've got all this set up now. As you can see, I kind of lit everything up here with shroom lights that I gathered from the nether. I want to kind of clear, I kind of wanted something kind of in the center as like a focal point for my mine shaft. I think that would be kind of cool. I think it's also a good point of reference. So, you know, at some point when this mine shaft gets, when this mine shaft gets really, sorry. Anyway, when this mine shaft gets really long, all the way down there, I, you know, will be able to kind of see this portal at a distance when I'm kind of looking down the tunnel to make sure I'm going down the right tunnel. At some point, what I'd like to do is have a rail cart system going all the way down the middle, and then off of these sides here, I will have the various branches of my mine, and then at some point, you know, way down the tunnel, I will have the train track, the rail system kind of veer off left or right and go to another subsection of tunnels further off in the distance. So this is going to be a pretty decent sized mine at some point. It's going to take some time to obviously get everything in place, but this is kind of what I was experimenting with so far for kind of the roof setup. I thought it looked a little bit more decorative than sort of a plain style roof, you know, something flat. I originally had this going all the way across and wasn't super happy with the look, so this is kind of the look I came up with. You know, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you like the system that I have here? Should I just, you know, stick to something kind of plain? You know, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. You know, what do you think I should do? Or maybe one other thing I could do is dig this one more block towards the edge and have it kind of go up in like a cool little, you know, basically to just have the same kind of arch. It'll just go a little bit further instead of kind of cutting the portal off here. You'll see more of the corners of the portal. Let me know what you think. Still haven't decided how I'm going to do this. All that I know is I wanted to kind of have a portal here in the center and get things, you know, kind of centered around this portal. That's kind of why I built these chests here. Nothing fancy. It's not a automated sorting system or anything like that. I don't know yet if I'm going to build one of those this season, but I definitely am going to build a super smelter at some point. So that is probably going to be something that I will make an entrance to through here on either side, and then I'll kind of build it behind this section here for now. I just figured I would get me started with this tunnel system and then kind of expand from there. So I'll probably build the super smelter, or I don't know how super it is, but it'll be a smelter that could definitely smelt faster than these two little furnaces here. It'll be a system where I can kind of dump a lot of fuel into one chest and a lot of things that I want to smelt in another chest, and it's just sort of handled automatically with a rail system. So here's what I've got so far. Yeah, I think I'll call the water elevator project done. All right, so as I kind of get started here, I've kind of just dug a basic tunnel to kind of get me started here. But I kind of wanted to show you, not that chest, I kind of want to show you what I started with. Haven't found a ton of resources, as you can see. I found more copper than anything else, and that's just kind of through digging out this main tunnel here. Just a couple of the resources that I found splunking in the nearby caves. This is kind of starting point for the resources that I'll be gathering. I'll show another screenshot at the end of kind of what I've gathered, and you'll kind of see the difference. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully I find just millions and millions of diamonds. So, you know, there's always hope. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get started.
All right, everybody. So I just wanted to kind of show you really quick kind of where I was at with the additions to my mine that I've made. So I went here with the coarse dirt, as you can see. I thought it felt more like a mine with the dirt. I also went with the lanterns and these cross beams here. I think that very much makes it feels like a mine. Um, I've mined out probably half of these tunnels. These tunnels are every 2 blocks and they go all the way to the end. I plan to at some point make a tunnel, basically. So I'll have a minecart system that will go here through the middle, and I'll have a tunnel on that will at the end here that will go up to the right, and one that will go up to the left. Now, what I'll probably do at some point is move some bigger farms down here. Maybe a cactus farm, maybe a bamboo farm, maybe a sugarcane farm, maybe my villager trading hall, something. I definitely plan to make a super smelter of some sort. Well, super in sort of my eyes. It won't be, something super major, but it will be super for me. But I just kind of wanted to show you the progress that I've made so far. I'm really happy with the design. I might finish decorating this at some point, but that's going to be kind of a work in progress. And as you can see here, this back area I've started digging out. I don't have any of this decorated currently. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with the chests yet, so that's kind of why this looks like it does. I tried experimenting with it on this side, and not entirely sure what I'm going to end up doing. I might end up actually moving this nether portal, even though I initially wanted this to be kind of the focal point of my mine. I decided as I was decorating that I didn't really like it here as much. So I might end up actually moving it against like this back wall or something like that. But I'll have to come up with someplace cool. But if you got any suggestions or anything about how you think maybe I should kind of lay all this out, where I should put the portal, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll definitely check it out. But I just wanted to kind of give you a status update, kind of show you what I gathered from the mining that I've done so far. So here's the resources that I've currently gathered. Decent amount of diamonds, not a ton of gold or iron. I got a ton of redstone and a ton of lapis. And I think I've got the exact same amount of copper. But, I know a lot of these resources are harder to find at these levels. So I totally get that. But I finally got some diamonds I can work with. And as you can see, I don't currently have any diamond gear. So I will now use those diamonds to get myself all outfitted. I only used a handful here and there for additional tools and things that I lost, but for the most part, I've been kind of using enchanted iron gear. But now it's time for the real stuff, the blue armor of doom. So, just wanted to give you guys a status update. Thanks for staying till the end of the video, and I definitely appreciate you checking it out. And if you feel like being awesome and you want to hit that like button, I would definitely appreciate that. That definitely helps me. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, go ahead and drop a subscribe, and I will be posting more videos like this in the future. So I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching. Bye.